So, on March 31st, 2023, Anthony Field, who was the original Blue Wiggle from the children's band called The Wiggles, noticed me on Instagram. One day I was doing an artwork of just Anthony and his daughter Lucia Field. After I was finished working on that artwork, I posted the artwork on Instagram and it did got likes, yes. But a few hours later, something unexpected happened. When I woke up from my nap and checked my notifications on Instagram, and I saw this. There were a lot of things happening. So, Anthony liked my post. Then he commented on my post saying that he loved my artwork post. And then he followed me back and shared his artwork to my story. Now, you will see the pinned post section just for proof. You know, honestly, if I ever saw Anthony in person, I feel like he'll say, "Hey, I love that artwork you did with me and my daughter." So, shout out to Anthony and Lucia for the artwork I did. And yes, I know my parents and my family will see this video, but oh well. I love cosplaying, and it all started this year. I only cosplayed at conventions that I also went to 2 times this year. This first convention I went to was C2E2 back in April 2023. I only went there for like 1 day, and I cosplayed my favorite character from My Hero Academia, Shoto Todoroki. Everybody loved my cosplay, and I took pictures of the cosplayers, so shout out to them if they are seeing this video. I also went to Fan Expo, which happened on August 2023. I did the 4-day pass where I went there for 4 days, and on those days, I cosplayed 4 different characters. On Thursday, I cosplayed as Stan Marsh from South Park. On Friday, I cosplayed as a Ghostbusters character. On Saturday, I cosplayed as Mario from the Super Mario Bros. Franchise. And on Sunday, I cosplayed as a Yellow Wiggles character, or in this case, Greg Wiggle from the Wiggles. I did selfies with the cosplayers, so yeah, that was my experience of cosplaying, and I hope I can cosplay more random characters soon in the future. I've met 4 celebrities in real life before, and that was once again Fan Expo from August of 2023. On the Thursday 4-day pass, I met David Matranga, who is the voice of Shoto Todoroki from My Hero Academia. I didn't get a selfie or a photograph from him. I only got an autograph from him from my Todoroki Funko Pop, and that's it. Next, on the Saturday 4-day pass, I met the voice of Mario from the Mario franchise game, Charles Martinet. I got a photo of him while posing Mario, and I also was cosplaying Mario as well. I was actually the first person in line to meet Charles Martinet, and there were a few others behind waiting to see Charles Martinet. Next, on the Sunday 4-day pass, I met my childhood celebrity that I used to watch when I was little. The childhood celebrity was Steve from Blue's Clues. I had not 1, not 2, but 3 selfies with him while I was cosplaying as Greg Wiggle. After that, he gave me a fist bump and I walked away. And I was also the first person in line to meet Steve. Finally, I met Henry Winkler, only for like a few seconds. While he was waving everybody goodbye, he somewhat did come up to me and gave me a handshake, saying that he was glad that I came here to the convention, and that was it. I'm so glad that I met 4 celebrities in real life, and I'm so happy about it. Recently, I went to MegaCon Orlando, and it was fun. Not only that I cosplayed there, but I also met 2 celebrities, which are 2 anime voice actors. On the day 1 Thursday, when I was cosplaying as Todoroki, I met Colleen Clinkenbeard, who voiced Luffy from One Piece, Momo Yaoyorozu from My Hero Academia, and Ursa Scarlet from Fairy Tail. Before I got to her table, the line was somewhat long, and I was there for 2 hours. Like, I started in the 5th row of the line. I was excited when I was in the front row of the line, and I was extremely excited to meet her. When I got up to her table, she signed my Momo Funko Pop, and I got a picture of her. And that was it. Despite that it was day 1, it should have been a somewhat slow day, but it was somehow a busy day to begin with. On Saturday, day 3, I met Lucy Christian, who voices Nami from One Piece and Ochako Uraraka from My Hero Academia. Before I got to her table, the line was somewhat short, but I was on the line 2 times. The first time I was so close to getting to her table, but she had to go to the panel room at 11:15 a.m. She then came back at 12:15 p.m., and the line was still somewhat short, but I waited there to get to her table, maybe for like 30 minutes or 1 hour. Here's how it went as soon as I got to her table. I wanted her to sign my fan art of Ochako Uraraka and a picture of her. I showed her my artwork and she loved it so much. She asked me for my name, she signed my fan art, and I got a picture of her. As you can see in this picture, I was cosplaying as Tanjiro Kamado with a Tanjiro plushie, and Lucy was holding a Chaco Orako plushie because, get it? She voices Ochako from My Hero Academia. Now, I did heard that Colleen and Lucy are going to C2E2, but I'm probably not going to see them again. Now, I would make a part 3 of this video, but I've met 4 celebrities before I went to MegaCon, and those 4 celebrities I met were at Fan Expo. And before I went to Fan Expo, I've never met a celebrity face-to-face before in my life. You should check out the first video, by the way. Before I start the video, you should check out part 1 of the video that I did back in October 2023. So, this is part 2 of cosplaying. Here we go. It was Halloween of last year's, and I was cosplaying as Tanjiro Kamado from Demon Slayer, and what I did on that day was going to Chinatown. All I did was walked around all over the place, and I went to this ramen restaurant. While I was waiting for my seat, at the entrance door, there was not 1, but 2 Demon Slayer cosplayers, a Nezuko cosplayer and a Zenitsu cosplayer, but without the wig. This Nezuko cosplayer did saw my cosplay and she said, "Hello, brother," and I did say hi back to her. But it took me a second to realize that the reason why she said "hello, brother," it's because in the series, Tanjiro and Nezuko are siblings. I wasn't thinking straight. Next up is MegaCon, and let's just say the convention was crazy. So I did the 4-day pass just like how I did at Fan Expo back in August 2023. On Thursday, I cosplayed as Shoto Todoroki from My Hero Academia. On Thursday, I cosplayed as Stan Marsh from South Park. On Saturday, I cosplayed as Tanjiro once again. And on Sunday, I cosplayed as Freddy Krueger from Nightmare on Elm Street. Oh, and fun fact, I did wore this as a Halloween costume back in Halloween of 2021. On Thursday, when I cosplayed as Todoroki, I wanted to go to the My Hero Academia cosplay meetup and it would start at 5 p.m. And I was running a little bit late and I thought the meetup would start right away and it would be too late to join. But when I got there, somehow the meetup didn't start right away as there were a bunch of My Hero cosplayers just waiting. But eventually we started taking pictures and that was it. And lastly, since I was cosplaying as Freddy Krueger on Sunday, both the hat and the mask were a mess. Whenever I would wear the Freddy mask, I could barely see everything in that mask. And the hat was too tight on my head that you could somewhat see the huge forehead of Freddy's mask. It was completely a mess. And finally, it's time to talk about C2E2. So I did the 3-day pass, and on Friday I cosplayed as Tanjiro once again. On Saturday I cosplayed as Anthony Wiggle, and on Sunday I cosplayed as Gen 2 Axel Chains from Your Favorite Martian. I've met this friend of mine that we followed each other on Instagram. I've met her at the convention not once, but twice, which was Friday and Saturday. And Stella, I'm not sure if you have a YouTube channel, but if you're watching this, big shout out to you. It's a beautiful day at the convention, cosplaying as Axel. Excuse me, sir. Are you cosplaying as Axel from the band called Your Favorite Martian? Holy shit, that's correct. Oh my god, I can't believe you're cosplaying as Axel. It's a rare moment. Hey, can I get a picture of you? Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for the picture, dude. Take care, sir. This story I'm about to tell you is not a continuation to the cosplaying stories. This story will be me telling you about my dream cosplay. So I wanted to cosplay as Axel Chains from Your Favorite Martian. Your Favorite Martian is a cartoon band from the early 2010s. Then the band came back in 2022, and one of the characters is my favorite of all time, is Axel Chains. He's been my favorite character ever since, and me being a cosplayer, I've always wanted to cosplay as him. After I went to MegaCon, I had to order 3 things for the Axel cosplay. I had to order a Viking helmet, a brown wig, and a skull t-shirt. It took me 3 weeks to get all of the stuff and to dress up. It was March 16th, 2024. I was ready to cosplay. I had to put on the skull t-shirt, then the dark jeans I had in my closet, then my work shoes, the wig, and then the Viking helmet. I had to pose as Axel, showing everybody on my Instagram. The craziest part is that YFM noticed me, which I'm assuming it's Ray William Johnson. YFM liked my post, commented on my post, and even shared my post on their story. I still can't believe my favorite cartoon band of all time noticed me. But do my parents know about this? The answer is no. I haven't told them that I have an Instagram account or a YouTube channel. So, full disclosure, my dream cosplay has came true and YFM noticed me. I've also cosplayed Axel not once but twice in conventions such as C2E2 and Fan Expo.